everyone! Welcome to our YouTube channel, Research Ready and Student Matters Hub by Doc Lin. Okay, our video for today or for this episode has something to do with the common problems that are being faced with our new graduates, regardless of what industry you will belong, okay? Or kung saan ka man mapupunta. Ito yung tinatawag nating missing piece. Pero bago ko ituloy ang ating discussion, I invite you to please like, share, and subscribe this YouTube channel so that it can expand its network at marami pa siyang matulungan. Okay, as I have mentioned, ang pag-uusapan natin ay yung tinatawag nating missing piece to our graduates. They have already finished a 4-year degree course, a 5-year degree course, and then they are about to explore the industry where they belong or an organization that they have to work with. However, some of our graduates are finding difficulty in looking for a job which they will call themselves as employed. So pag tinatawag kasi nating employed, kung ano yung natapos mo, yun din yung magiging trabaho mo after you graduated from your course. So pag sinabi mong underemployed, you are working, however, it's not the field that you have to practice. So ibig sabihin, yung profession mo ay malayo dun sa natapos mo. At pag sinabi mong unemployed, syempre, so wala ka pang nahanap na trabaho. So what are the reasons for being unemployed or underemployed? Going back to what I have stated kanina, ito yung tinatawag nating missing piece. No? Meron kasi tayong tinatawag na hard skills at saka soft skills. So yung hard skills, yung mga technical skills na na-earn mo or natutunan mo dun sa pag-aaral mo sa loob ng napakaraming taon nung ikaw ay college. So pag sinabi nating soft skills, kakaiba naman ito. No? At ito yung nawawala sa mga graduates na meron tayo, particularly dito sa Philippines. Okay? So, hindi natin pag-uusapan kung bakit ganun yung nangyari o kung ano ba yung sistema ng mga schools, kung bakit nawawala yung soft skills. Pero, ang soft skills ay napaka-importante at base nga sa pag-aaral ng isang think tank dito sa Pilipinas na Philippine Institute of Developmental Studies, ang isa sa kakulangan ng mga graduates na meron tayo sa Pilipinas, kaya hindi sila na-employed or sila ay underemployed, ay yung tinatawag nating soft skills. Ano ba yung mga example ng soft skills na meron dapat ang isang graduate? Tapos yun na yung course niya, so ano ba yung dapat na pinopossess niya? Number 1, communication skills. I agree with this. Most of the students do not know how to express themselves. In one just simple, correct sentence, sometimes di nila mabuo yun. They cannot also, they lack the ability also to converse with other people, which is really very important. Kasi pag sinabi natin communication, it takes in 2 forms, whether it is oral or written. Isa rin sa mga problema ng mga graduates or ng mga estudyanteng nakaka-graduate, sometimes some of them do not know how to make a simple correspondence or letter, even though we have already this type of technology nowadays that they can access anything they want. They can ask also the web or any other sites if they are correct or wrong. But still, dapat kasi nasa isang individual itong tinatawag na communication skills. It's really very hard for the students to develop this one if inside the classroom it is not being developed. Okay, you wanted your students to express themselves very well. So that's one way, no, para magawa ito at ma-exercise ito ng ating mga estudyante. Kasi yung communication is really very important, not only with dealing your clients, but also in dealing with the people around you when you're already working. You have to be an active listener. You have to express your ideas. You have to share your meaningful ideas in your workplace. So that's one, communication. Second one is teamwork and collaboration. Ito na kasi yung trends of working with other people nowadays. It's more on the group effort or the team effort, no? Gone are the days that you have to be focused on an individual effort. Yung collaboration at teamwork, napaka-importante na yan ngayon para mag-progress or magkaroon ng proseso or magkaroon ng interaction sa loob ng isang organization. Okay, thirdly, adaptability. So when you said adaptability, regardless of the environment, regardless of the people who are around you, you can still work. No? So pag sinabi natin you have adaptability, you have to be open with the fast changing technology, with the fast changing or ever changing environment that you have in the workplace. Kasi kung hindi ka magiging adaptable, ay hindi ka makakapag-work ng maayos. Okay? So other than that, yung problem solving skills, nako, ito isa pa. Sometimes graduates or students do not possess these soft skills, no, yung problem solving, kasi sometimes they are not risk taker or they don't have the confidence to do problem solving, although pinapractice naman to sa loob ng classroom, such as when you give your student case studies or an essay or everything. Sometimes may mga ibang estudyante na hindi na de-develop yung kanilang problem solving skills. Not only you can enhance them through written, but you can also give them some situations or an activity which will enhance really their problem solving skills. Okay, other than that, yung emotional intelligence, no? Dati ang binibigyan lang natin ng focus yung intellectual capacity ng mga individual. Ngayon, napaka-particular na tayo dun sa emotional intelligence, your self-awareness, your ability to recognize yourself, your social skills, kasi dapat sumasabay din tayo dun sinatawag nating mental health. Pag tayo nagtatrabaho, are you easily triggered by different situations na hindi ka na magiging productive kasi na-face ka na sa ganitong situation. So, napaka-importante din ng emotional intelligence. Other than that, lalo ngayon, ito pa is mga problema ng mga Gen Z, yung time management. Kasi sa Gen Z, parang you have so many things on your plate, no? Ang dami-dami mong gustong gawin at nawawalan ka na ng focus. Tsaka gusto mo kasi fast yung movement, lahat mabilis, lahat instant. So yung time management, minsan nakakalimutan na natin. Hindi na tayo nakakapag-focus. Ano ba yung importante? Ano ba yung kailangan unahin? So ito yung isa sa mga skills na yun. At lastly, yung leadership and initiative, no? Ako, sa tingin ko, ito ay hindi problema sa mga Generation Z sa ngayon. Kasi most of the Generation Z have this ability to lead other people. Sometimes they are still young, but you can see already the potential. But the next question will be, how are they going to practice their leadership skills in a way that it can help their organization? Kasi attitude or character is another issue. Maybe you are a leader, however, you don't know how to adapt yourselves in the different environment and the people around you. That can also be a problem. So para kang magkakaroon ng leader na hindi naman maka-adapt or makarelate kung ano yung mga sitwasyon ng iba't ibang tao. Now, what do we have to discuss is how can students develop their soft skills? No, kasi minsan di lang natin siya iaasa dun sa teacher natin na yung teacher dapat ang magtuturo lahat ng soft skills. Hindi naman lahat yan maituturo ng teacher. Kasi mga experiences natin or yung ating mga personal experiences, makakatulong din to para ma-develop yung ating tinatawag na soft skills. Kahit ako yung personal experience ko when I was in college, hindi ko naman masasabi na lahat ng soft skills ay na-develop sa akin. Maybe there are some, okay? But also, mas marami yung part or malaki yung part ng sarili ko na hindi na-develop yung aking soft skills. Then, as I gain experiences, doon ko lang nalalaman na meron pala akong ganong potential. Isa pa kasi ang nakikita ko dyan na dahilan ko ba't hindi na-develop ang soft skills, yung strategy na ginagamit ng teacher. Kasi if a teacher is keep on telling the students that you memorize this, you memorize that, and the type of exam are always identification, memorization, understanding, remembering, hindi na de-develop yung ibang skills ng estudyante. Okay, but as a student or with the different circumstances that you have, how are you going to develop your soft skills that are needed nowadays by the industry? Okay, So ano ba yung mga pwedeng gawin para ma-develop or maka-cope up ang isang estudyante at ma-develop niya yung kanyang soft skills? First, active participation in extracurricular activities. Maganda to. You engage yourself in clubs, in organization, or sports, which can help you develop your teamwork, your leadership, and your problem-solving skills. Kasi nakapag-provide ito ng real-world opportunities para ma-practice mo yung communication mo, yung conflict resolution mo, tsaka yung collaboration mo with peers. Napaka-valuable nito sa isang workplace. So, sali ka sa mga student organization na syempre, meron kang interes. Tapos mag-take ka ng leadership roles or responsibilities dito sa grupo na to, tsaka mag-participate ka sa mga projects. Hindi lang yung ikaw ay sasali, kung hindi you have to be actively involved. Second, seek out internships and work experience. Mga part-time jobs, volunteer work, makakapag-provide kasi siya ng exposure. Again, sa real-world environment. Kasi yung soft skills mo, mapapractice mo siya. You can develop your interpersonal skill, you learn how to handle workplace dynamics, and you can gain experience pag nakikipag-communicate ka sa ibang tao, superiors, customers, or others. You apply for internship or a volunteer opportunities that align with your career interest. Yung experience na ito magagamit mo para ma-build yung network at saka ma-improve mo yung professional communication. Tsaka isa pa, maihahanda mo yung sarili mo para maging open ka sa mga feedback at ma-improve mo yung interpersonal skills. Hindi yung habang nagtatrabaho ka, no? At na-expose ka na kaagad. Pagka wala kang exposure experience sa ganito, minsan nagiging masyado kang matampuhin, pinagalitan ka lang ng iyong boss, ayaw mo na, lilipat ka na ng trabaho, sasabihin mo, this is not what I have to be paid for, hindi ito yung inaasahan kong trabaho, kasi nga, you have not yet experienced it, no? So, mapagalitan ka lang minsan, ayaw mo na, lilipat ka na ng ibang work or lilipat ka na ng ibang organization. Okay, number 3, take workshops or online courses. Maraming mga universities ang nagbibigay ng mga online platforms courses para ma-develop yung skills mo or yung particular mong soft skills. Kunyari, mga leadership program, communication, o kaya naman developing your emotional intelligence. You can use these sources para maka-gain ka ng mga bagong strategies to manage your stress, paano ka magre-resolve ng conflicts, at saka paano ka makakapagtrabaho with diverse teams. You can explore online platforms, kunyari yung LinkedIn, okay, yung mga soft skill courses, meron namang mga for free. But you have to focus on courses that enhance your communication, negotiation, and presentation skills. Tapos pwede ka rin mag-participate sa mga workshop na ino-offer ng school nyo o kaya ng inyong local community. Number 4, you can improve your public speaking and communication. Ako, ito takot na takot ang mga bata talaga magsalita sa harapan or mag-participate. Pero nakikita ko talaga, malaki yung part ng mga teacher para mailabas ng bata yung kanyang potential. You have to be friendly, no, in dealing with your students para yung potential nila mailabas sila nang hindi sila nahihiya at maging open sila. Number 1 kasi, the thing that you have to do is to make them comfortable. Being able to express your ideas clearly and confidently, ipinaka-importante ito in developing your soft skills. Kunyari, public speaking, writing, and then your ability to present your ideas. You should take every opportunity to practice speaking in front of the audience or you have to engage in discussions. Join ka ng mga public speaking club para ma-improve yung iyong speaking and presentation skills. Tapos, record yourself while speaking para ma-evaluate mo kung mai-improve yung iyong delivery. 5th is develop emotional intelligence. Ito yung ability mo to recognize and manage own emotions, as well as understand and influence the emotions of others. Makakatulong to para magkaroon ka ng magandang relationship sa iba, magkaroon ng conflict resolution, at makapag-create ka ng positive work environment. So, dapat syempre nakafocus ka rin sa self-awareness, yung empathy mo, tsaka yung emotional regulation mo. So, importante ito. Pang-anim, pwede kang magkaroon ng networking and building relationship. It's not just about the job opportunities, but it's also about learning how to interact with a wide variety of people. Magkaroon ka ng professional relationship para makagain ka ng insights, ng advice, at ng support galing sa mga experienced individuals. Pang-7, focus on time management and self-discipline. Siyempre, ang time management is very crucial soft skill. Kasi nga, ang mga estudyante, lalo na ang mga Generation C, sa panahon ngayon, marami kayong gustong gawin. So, minsan nasisira yung focus ninyo. So, dapat magkaroon pa rin kayo ng balance between academic, extracurricular, at saka yung mga personal commitments ninyo. You have to be organized and self-discipline. Magkaroon pa ng prioritization ng mga tasks para ma-meet mo yung iyong deadline. Number 8, engage in cross-cultural experiences. Understanding siguro and working with people from diverse background. Napaka-crucial nito. Kasi yung word na diversity sa panahon ngayon, it's a normal word or a usual word that is used nowadays to adjust to your environment. No? Yung tinatawag nating diversity or yung pagkakaiba-iba. You expose to different cultures so that you can have the ability to adapt and respect other people as well with cross-cultural communication. Number 9, learn conflict resolution and negotiation skills. Yung mga disagreements, tsaka conflicts, inevitable yan. Kahit saang environment, kahit estudyante ka lang sa loob ng classroom, inside your house, with the people around you, when you go to canteen, when you go to other places, inevitable yan, disagreements and conflicts. Learn how to resolve them constructively. Okay? You should develop your skills to negotiate, to mediate, and resolve conflicts, which will benefit all parties. 10, you seek mentorship and feedback. You can find a mentor to provide a valuable guidance and insight into your both personal and professional growth. Minsan alam mo na mali yung ginagawa mo, pero walang nagre-remind sa'yo na mali siya. Okay, so yun yung very important. Kasi pwedeng yung mga mentors mo can offer advice on how to improve your skills and provide constructive feedback. Next, cultivate a growth mindset. Yung growth mindset kasi, ino-oppose nito yung fixed mindset. No? Yung growth mindset, your ability to believe that you can do something, no? Kasi minsan, ang naghihinder sa atin para hindi natin magawa yung mga bagay is that yung believe natin sa sarili natin na hindi natin siya kayang gawin. Or kung gagawin man natin siya, hindi naman tayo magiging successful. Pero sabi, yung growth mindset, it is opposed to fixed mindset. Yung sinasabi mo, okay na ako dito. Okay na yung ganito kong sitwasyon. No? Okay na ako ng tahimik. Pero yung growth mindset, your ability to think na meron pa akong ibang bagay na gusto kong gawin, na gusto kong i-explore, na gusto kong investigate, at gusto kong i-discover. Doon, pag ginawa mo yun, malalaman mo na itong mga bagay na to na hindi ko kayang gawin, ay kaya ko pala. Kaya ko palang makapag-communicate sa iba. Kaya ko palang makipag-deal sa ibang tao kapag ganito yung sitwasyon. So, madi-discover mo yung sarili mo. Now, pag nakita natin at natutunan natin itong mga tips na to, that's one step forward para ma-develop mo yung soft skills mo. So, ano yung magiging benefit sa amin nun, ma'am? Pag naghahanap ka na ng trabaho, hindi ka na mahihirapan makapag-communicate. Hindi ka na mahihirapan makapag-deal sa ibang tao. Hindi ka na rin mahihirapan na express yung sarili mo, yung idea mo, yung leadership mo, yung initiative mo, dahil na-practice mo na siya when you are in college. Not only in college, but also when you go outside the school or outside your house. Kasi sinaset mo na yung sarili mo na eto yung usual kong ginagawa. Hindi mo na siya kailangan isipin, ay paano kaya makapag-communicate? Ay paano kaya gagawin to? Ay paano kaya ako makikipag-deal sa tao? Because it will become a natural way of dealing with people, dealing with yourself, dealing with the community, and dealing with your superior. Okay? That's how you're going to develop your soft skills. Please like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel. And pakishare din ito dun sa iba na struggling on how they are going to develop their soft skills. Because this is really a very common problem. Marami tayong graduates, marami ding trabahong available, pero hindi na-hire yung ating mga graduates or yung mga employee kasi kulang sila ng soft skills na hinahanap ng industry. Kung gusto mong magkaroon ng magandang trabaho in the future, you must develop your soft skills. Always remember, we unlock insights to empower your minds. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you on our next lesson video. Bye-bye.